What's up, guys? This is Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with SPY, Tesla, and the broader markets. Just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I'm saying as financial advice. So as far as Tesla's going, we're still respecting this channel. See how Tesla pumped yesterday and rejected off this resistance. Now we're dipping back down towards this lower trend line. However, we are also trying to base at $400. So overall, Tesla's doing a good job at holding up. However, what I'm watching for is Tesla about to form a bottom? Tesla dumped to 380 yesterday, then bounced, and now it's rejecting, coming back down. So the question is, can we hold near 390 to 400 and then bounce and break out of this channel with Nvidia's earnings and with the FOMC minutes, coming out for tomorrow? Are we about to see a big bounce like this, or do we lose 390 and retest these lows? I'll be watching that very, very closely. But either way, I presume that Tesla is near the bottom. The bottom is almost in for Tesla, and that there's going to be a big rally to finish off the year, and that this dip is nothing more than a buying opportunity. I believe that's the most likely possibility. Although Tesla could dip one more time closer to the 390s, we're going to see if it bounces there and makes a higher low. If we make a higher low, that could be our sign for a pivot. So for now, we are consolidating near 400. We could dip a little bit. I do want to give you guys a warning about that. But as long as you can make a higher low here relative to this low, Tesla could be looking for a monstrous bounce. As possible, the market is going to pivot. For SPY, I just want to say that we are testing the 0.786 fib level right now, and there's a slight bullish divergence on SPY. It's possible this is the bottom. It's possible that this is going to be a temporary bottom, and we're about to see a big rally from this point on. But it depends on FOMC, Nvidia's earnings, and all these different factors. Hopefully, we get a bounce, so we'll see if that ends up being the case. I want to see us form a base at 655, and we're going to look and see if we pivot from here in the upcoming days. It's possible we're about to bounce. On the QQQ, we're also doing a good job at holding near the 590s. As long as we don't end up losing essentially 585, there's a good chance we try to rebound for essentially 604 and eventually back up towards these highs. On the IWM, we also have been on a downtrend, but I want to see us basically break this resistance near 240 to push for 237. It looks like this has potential to bounce. ES has the potential to retest 67.22. We also ended up retesting the October lows as I predicted, and we are now trying to rebound. So I want to see if we form a base here. If we are about to reverse, watch for confirmation. If we do, the 6700s are likely coming. NQ could also be retesting the 24,900s, if not 25,000, as we're forming a base. So I see potential in this. Bitcoin needs to break 93,844. If we break that, I think we push for 95,500 plus. On Tesla, we're technically on a downtrend. We're going to see how this ends up reacting. 400 is our main support. We're going to see if this holds or not. If it doesn't, we could be tipping more. And we're going to see if we bounce or not. On Nvidia, we're technically on a downtrend. So we have 180 as our main support, but keep in mind Nvidia has earnings for tomorrow, which will be affecting the share price. Hopefully we get a nice bounce on Nvidia. We already dumped so much for the last couple of months. I would say weeks, not really months. It's been like about 4 or 5 weeks of downside for Nvidia, and I think it's due for a nice bounce. It's been dumping quite a bit, but we will see. With earnings, you never know what's going to happen. Hopefully we get a bounce. Aapl has resistance at 269 to 270. We're going to see if this breaks. If it does, we could be looking for a bigger push for the 270s. On Palantir, we're trying to make a higher low here. If we do, we could be looking for 175. On Coinbase, we're also trying to rebound. We have a slight divergence. We're going to be looking for an attempt for 270 if this does try to bounce. Amazon needs to base at 220. If we hold 220, I think we bounce for the 230s again. But I need to see 220 hold. On Meta, we could be looking for an attempt for 608 and 610. Google's consolidating, looking for an attempt for 292. And then Microsoft is going to be favoring a bounce back up to about 500 as long as we can hold above 490. So with that being said, guys, I thank you all for listening. The VIX has a nice inverse head and shoulders like pattern, and we're going to see if this breaks out or not. We're going to see if this pumps higher or if we're about to get a big rejection. So watch this very, very closely, and let's be very, very patient. I think we could attempt to go higher, so we'll see how it goes. And we're going to see what happens as time goes on. But I think also the VIX is going to be forming a top soon. So even if we pump a little bit here, we're going to see if this is the top right here and we're about to just reject on the VIX, or if there's going to be one more spike to complete this inverse head and shoulders. It depends. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's very close anyways. We basically got up to like 26. The inverse head and shoulders would be going as high as like the high 28s. So I think that whether we get one more pump in the VIX and reject, or if we just reject from here, the VIX is going to be rejecting soon. I think the market's about to be forming a bottom. That's the camp that I'm in right now, and I lean more in that direction. We will see just to be safe. What this means for Tesla is that although Tesla is dipping a little bit, it could dip and retest 400, even the 390s. But I want to see Tesla make a higher low relative to 380. If we do that, there's a chance Tesla's about to reverse, and we're looking for a nice rally back to the 420s, 430s, and beyond. Thank you for listening, guys, and peace out.